Hi, my name is Stephen, the storyteller in Anton's Antics, and today we're going to learn to quick sketch buildings. We've done two-dimensional buildings, now we're going to look at three-dimensional, or buildings in perspective. A little bit more hard to follow and get a handle of this, and it takes practice, but let me show you what we're talking about first up over here on the left. Imagine a set of railway tracks disappearing into the distance. You imagine a point in the distance where the tracks are disappearing to. Start one of your tracks over here and join it to the dot. Let's say the other track starts there. Join it to the dot. Now put in, these are your tracks, put in your railway sleepers. And as you can see, we have a set of railway tracks disappearing into the distance. Okay? That's what we're trying to do, but we're going to try and create that with buildings. We're going to try and have something that disappears into the distance. So I've picked a point here and we're going to do a street scene. Imagine Jesus has healed a whole bunch of people and they've taken off and gone off telling everybody about it. Well, we might want to tell that story with a narrow street scene. So I'm going to start with my point here. I'm going to draw one like that and one line down like that. And I'm going to start with a building line over here and a building line over there, and I'm going to join that point there to that point there, and then I'm going to put a vertical line here and a vertical line there. Doesn't look like much yet, does it? But once we start adding in a few features, a few doorways. Now every time you draw a line, you've got to imagine that line disappearing into the distance. As I say, this is going to take a little bit of practice, but that line there, the top line, has to disappear into the distance. Same with this one. So this is a street with many houses, many doors, many windows. And as we go along the street, we're going to see the windows get smaller and disappear into that point. Like so. This one's going to go like this. And so on. So we're going to see a whole bunch of things get smaller as they go into the distance. And in the background, we might have, we might have a series of mountains even. Blue sky. Starting to see the picture. And in the foreground, we might have, sort of a pathway, I guess. A roadway coming down through the middle. We could actually add, some colour to the walls if we like later on. But really what we're looking for is some action down the front, and we've got our man Jesus saying to another man, the only one to come back, who is bowing down and worshipping him because he has been healed of his leprosy. The rest have taken off, they're telling everyone about it, but only one man came back to thank Jesus out of 10 lepers. So that's a single point perspective drawing where we're showing a scene of a street. We could also do something inside a house where we pick a point down here, pick a point, and we're going to kind of expand this out. So I'm going to draw a rectangle to begin with, like so. That's going to be one of the walls in the house. But then from that point, I'm going to expand the room. And we're going to see part of the roof over here removed. because there's some fellows up here who are going to assist a friend by lowering him down on a mat. And down inside this room is our doorway. Jesus is looking up. What is going on here? And there's a crowd. Crowd of people sitting around listening to Jesus, and it was so full no one could get in the door. So these guys got creative and they had their friend lowered down on a mat after they broke through the roof. They broke through the roof and they came inside, not through the front door, through a window, but by lowering their friend on a mat. He was paralysed. Jesus saw him, and because of their faith, because they believed that Jesus could help them, he healed the man. And the guy got up, and Jesus says, "Your sins are forgiven. Get up and walk." And that was that story. And there's a couple of examples of how to use the perspective in buildings. We'll see you next time.